Imagine for a minute that rather than living in a roach-filled apartment, semen-soaked couch or cousin's basement, you lived in an unattached house single-family home in the suburbs. Now imagine that in front of your house, there was a big beautiful apple tree. I know that in front of your actual house there are piss-soaked bums sharing needles, injecting heroin into each other's veins. Believe me, I get that it's not 1950 anymore. It's 2021. Just imagine for a second that everything was normal, and that Oscar the heroin bum was an apple tree. Imagine this apple tree was a big happy apple tree, and was planted in the best soil. Got lots of sunlight and the right amount of water. What would happen? Well, the apple tree would grow big and tall and produce lots and lots of apples. But what would happen if the apple tree produced too many apples? What if there were so many apples that you couldn't gather all of them? What if rats started coming to eat the apples, and your beautiful house now had a rat problem because of your beautiful hyper-productive apple tree? What would you do in this hypothetical situation? Well, I can tell you what the Rockefellers did. The apple tree economy produced too many apples aka resources. These surplus resources created a surplus population aka rats. These rats started invading the elite's house aka populism. So now the elites are imposing lockdowns aka cutting off branches from the apple tree economy to starve the rat population down to a manageable size. So if you want to know why Oscar the piss-soaked bum is outside your house shooting heroin, that's why. Fundamentally, there is only one red pill, and that red pill is economics. If you want to figure out what is really happening, all you have to do is follow the money. The more money available for mortgage debt, the higher the cost of housing, the fewer men are financially eligible to start families, and the longer both men and women sit in dating limbo. The more student debt, the more time sexually viable women have to spend servicing their debt payments, and the less time available they have available for servicing men's penises. It's pretty straightforward, and if you don't like the current anti-male and anti-sex incentive structure, you should move to a different economy ruled by different banks creating different incentives. Anyone saying all women are like that is an economically illiterate loser who is stupid to imagine a microeconomic climate than the one he's currently living in. Small picture thinking is by definition a blue pill. I fully understand that a 20-year-old doesn't want to read an economics book after his first breakup. He wants to read about how women are all bad evil whores. But you got to ask yourself, if it was 50 years prior and you had a house, car and stable job, would she have broken up with you? Well, your grandparents stayed together forever, so the answer is probably no. So instead of angry tugging yourself about evil hypergamy and how bad women are, we should talk about the transition from industrial capitalism to financial capitalism, which created greater wealth inequality, decreasing the percentage of men eligible to start families. If this is all news to you, it's because you've been wasting your time swallowing fake manosphere red pills instead of real red pills that will actually change your life. While manosphere motivational morons may be experts at catering to the emotions of heartbroken teens and are handsomely rewarded with $2 tips on YouTube for their efforts, they aren't handing out real red pills. In all of their inane blather, they will never utter a word about the economic foundations of the situation. Why? Because fundamentally they are draft animals teaching you to be a draft animal. Hard work, responsibility, purpose, penis cleaning are all a waste of time when grabblers extract all of your wealth through rents, taxes, usury, and fees. The harder you work, the more value will be extracted. You're effectively running on a treadmill going nowhere. And that's the entire point of the financial system. Milking you until you die. At its root, all alpha behavior is a show of surplus. Big muscles imply that you have a surplus of time, work capacity, food, and sleep to grow big muscles. Being healthy is a sign that you have enough money to spend on quality food. Having witty comebacks and game is a sign that you're not overworked or stressed and have enough excess mental capacity to waste on banter. You will never be alpha so long as the principal amount of your energy is being extracted from you. A sleep-deprived, indebted, overworked husk that shuffles back and forth from his 9 to 5 is very profitable and ideal for the grabblers, but suboptimal for the sexual marketplace. You will never achieve alpha surplus so long as you have the grabbler on your back. The only way for you to get out of your situation is to reduce the amount of value that is being extracted out of you, so you can invest it back into yourself. In conclusion, it doesn't matter how confident your voice is, how good your posture is, or if you accessorize your outfit with a nifty scarf the way male fashion advice told you to. If the grabbers of financial capitalism have their claws in your pockets, at the end of the day all you're doing is putting condiments on your shit sandwich of a life. Maybe you've improved the taste of your shit sandwich, but at the end of the day you're still eating shit. Anything that doesn't change the economic foundation of your life is a distraction and a cope. The only real path forward is to get out from under your debts, your landlord tax obligations, bullshit lockdowns, and leave to a place that suits you financially. Go where you're treated best. Or don't listen and continue being a slave on the plantation performing neat alpha tricks.